is Wednesday night, and it's time for Super Geeked Up!
Hey!
What's up, everybody? My name is Jeff. Thank you very much for joining us. This is your weekly geeky pop culture show. We talk crazy geeky topics, play some fun geek-themed improv games. We very much appreciate you joining us. I see a bunch of people already in the live chat. Thank you, guys. And if you're on Twitter, you can tweet us at Super Geeked Up. I'm joined once again by the awesome Lisa Borsotti as our guest co-host.
Good evening, everyone. How are you?
Good.
I'm so happy to be with you again.
Oh, yes. It's been too long. Welcome back.
It has. All right. Thank you.
Lisa's going to share some WonderCon experiences a little bit later in the show. All right, let's our guest here. Well, at least one of them. The other ones just decided to leave already. They had enough of the show. We have Brian Mosley from SafeHaven Games with us. Hello, Brian.
Hello.
Oh, wow, that was like the most formal guest we've ever had, without and everything.
You said improv, and I just thought I'd go with it. So.
Fingers or something.
Perfect.
All right, well, hey, that's great timing. Now let's introduce our other guest. They are from Sentient Cow Games. It is Craig Sawyer, Donna Ackerson, and Chris Willer.
That's us! Thank you for having us. This is going to be great.
Of course. Thank you for being here. All right. Let me see. There's already so much stuff. There was so much stuff in the chat before we went live.
Yeah, I'm like, right now.
Rachel Marshall. People were calling Rachel Marshall like the queen of the chat or something. So, yes, all hail the queen. They were saying absolutely Rachel rocks. I'll agree with that.
Yay!
I see Lanier, Angela, Victor, Lister's Mate are all in there already. Lister's Mate says Lisa is a great Jennifer Walters. Yes, she was She-Hulk at WonderCon. We'll show a picture of that later on, folks.
Thank you. And I would never have done it without the support and ideas from my friends at Super Geeked Up, especially Anthony. So thank you.
All right. Oh, he loves She-Hulk, so I'm sure he was thrilled about that.
Yeah, it was great.
Rachel says, I love weirdos in the chat. All right, well, you're in the right place, Rachel. Definitely in the right place.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're going to talk more about these are so all these guys are awesome game developers. They're going to talk about their games. One group has some very cool news about a Kickstarter, actually, that just got funded moments ago
so awesome.
Before we went live. Yeah. So we'll talk all about that a little later, but we like to kick things off with our Geek Tweet of the Week. Lisa, what's that?
It is gaming mashup time. I love this one. I think it's fantastic. What fictional characters would you want to see in a specific board or tabletop game world? Characters who totally wouldn't belong there. So the example that Jeff gave was Gears of War characters in Candyland, which, great job, man. That's just fantastic.
I want to see that.
I know. I think that's awesome. So, should we start with Twitter or should we start with our awesome guests here?
Let's start with one of our awesome guests. Excuse me.
Right. So,
Brian, you want to go to Brian?
Yeah, Brian, what do you think?
Oh man, so like video game characters that would be in a board game,
actually,
right?
it could be any fiction.
It could be
TV characters,
any
movie characters,
fictional characters,
book characters, anybody wants.
Let's see.
I get the perfect thing.
Did we catch you flat-footed?
By the way, Rachel says, you know what? There's so many possibilities. He can't handle all the
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
You know what? Hang on. We'll give you We'll give you a minute to think about it. We can come back. No big rush.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
In the chat, Rachel says, "Love the Gears reference." All right, she's a Gears of War fan. Actually, and Rachel had a Facebook comment earlier today to this question. So why don't we go over there? She says, Game of Thrones characters in Monopoly working real estate would be interesting for them. I think that's great.
I would like to see God in Hate.
What do you want to see?
Gandhi in the game Hate.
Oh, Jesus.
and I would.
Gandhi wasn't a fictional character, dude.
Well, in his world,
That's
he is.
the best part. Well, I'm already very concerned about the tone of this show tonight. I really am concerned. Yep. Okay. Well, let's keep going then.
All right. So, Chris, do you have an answer?
Yeah, Chris.
I've got one. I would like to say I would like to see the cast of the Facts of Life TV show in Clue. One of them has been murdered, and the others have to figure out who it was.
That's great.
Or the Golden Girls.
Oh, there's already games.
The Golden Girls in Blue?
Yeah, there is.
So you guys want to see a bunch of 80s and 90s sitcoms people get killed characters is what you're telling me.
Yeah. I originally started with Gandhi and Hate.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, before we go on, let me share some nice things in the chat. Let's see here. Listeners may says Brian looks like Matthew Lillard. I guess maybe, I don't know. A little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Matthew Lillard from Scream?
Lillard, yeah, from Scream.
Lillard, yes.
And Shaggy. He does the voice of Shaggy now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rachel says, well, I think Brian's a cutie. He has a sweet face. Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
It is very.
Friends and fans already, Brian. See?
Yeah.
There you go.
He is really likable, you guys. He's so nice. He's a wonderful person. It's all well deserved.
Listeners May says She-Hulk should play Connect 4. Okay, why not? He also says, don't kill off Natalie from the Facts of Life. Apparently he's a fan. Angela in the chat says Super Mario Brother characters in Grand Theft Auto. Okay, I like that one.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Love it. I love
Lanier says, well, Gandhi is deadly in the Civilizations games. So there
So
you go.
true. He takes
is
no
true.
prisoners.
Yeah,
Oh.
That is absolutely true.
Victor Snyder says Hannibal Lecter in a game of life. Oh boy. Okay. I don't want to think about that.
See what you did there, Victor. I see what you did there, sir.
Lisa, what else did we have on Facebook and Twitter earlier today?
Let's see. So we've got one from Maria at Maria Duran. I'd go for Bruce Wayne / Batman in Monopoly. I think he would kill it. He's a natural. But for an interesting mashup, Doctor Strange and Clue, because how could you win?
Oh, that's interesting. Actually,
We also had from Facebook from Carrie Johnson either Mr. Burns in Monopoly or Doogie Howser on Operation.
Yes.
That's great.
Those are fantastic.
And Blair, our good buddy Blair, who's been co-hosting recently.
I love Blair's answer.
Oh,
Jason,
you go,
Freddie.
Yeah, you go ahead and read it.
Yes. Let me read it. Jason, Freddie, Michael Myers, Pinhead, and Chucky play Betrayal on House on the Hill.
I love it.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh God, that's fantastic.
In the live chat, Rachel says Roseanne in Risk, and Tammy Anderson says Game of Thrones and Axis and Allies. That would make
Whoa!
sense. That would
I
totally
like
make
that.
sense. That's like
I like that.
our first serious answer. I think we've got.
I'd play that.
Yeah.
I have a serious answer if anybody
Oh.
wants to hear it.
Oh, fine, sure.
Please.
So mine would be the Nazgul and Hungry Hungry Hippos, and instead of shooting the balls, they shoot little rings.
Awesome.
Ridiculous.
I'm feeling you.
That would be cool.
You feel me on that? See?
Feeling you.
That's great though. That's awesome.
Thank you very much, Brian. Did you think of something?
Like you have zombies that are trying to eat you.
Well, yeah, I thought of one. I was thinking of the characters from the Hunger Games in Love Letter.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Hey.
I feel we're all like liking souls. Like we're all twisted a little bit.
Yeah.
So like,
Speak for yourself. I'm very normal.
we're all a little twisted. That's great. I'm down.
It is, absolutely. Come on.
We're all a little mad here.
In the chat, let's see here. Catnip Ninja. Oh, I love Catnip Ninja's name. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Game of Thrones characters in Risk. Oh, I think we had that earlier. Oh, no, we didn't have Risk in Game of Thrones. People like the Game of Thrones. They want to see them play a lot of games. That's good. Bro Ties is here in the chat. Says, hello, sir. Thank you for watching. I missed one. Boy, I don't know where it was. Oh, here. Victor says, Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is an amazing character from the Star Wars novels,
Oh yeah.
plays a game of checkers. Well, he would never lose. Obviously, he's the greatest strategist ever.
No.
He would never lose a game of checkers. Okay. Oh, Lanier says the Flash playing red light, green light. Not a board game, but still fun.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is brilliant.
Love it.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, guys. That was great.
Guys, that's
I guess,
great.
I don't know. I guess like my example can kind of serve as mine. I was also thinking I want to see somebody play Shoots a Ladder. I don't know. I just want to. I'll put like maybe Commander Shepard or Mass Effect, and they can play Shoots and Ladders, and then she can say, "This is the best slide on the Citadel" or something, like that.
Perfect.
Like Jigsaw and Mousetrap. Jigsaw from
From Saw.
From Saw.
Trap.
That is probably the only person who can get that trap to work.
That makes sense, though, right? That makes a little sense.
True.
Excellent. All right. Awesome answers, everybody. And thank you in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. You guys rock. Please keep putting the chats in there, or you can tweet us at Super Geeked Up. Oh, and actually, here's a tweet from Carlos Bathory. He said Mario Brothers and Monopoly. Cool. Actually, they probably have done it. Have they done a Mario Monopoly?
That's already done.
They must have, right? They've done so many Monopolies. I know there's a Link Monopoly.
Mario Kart Monopoly.
Gamer Monopoly is a thing. You know, he's got to Google stuff every once in a while.
All right, let's see. Listeners in the chat says, I want to see Q from Next Generation playing the game of life. Okay, that's actually good.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Perfect.
He'd be great at it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, there you go. Thank you guys. Yeah, please feel free to keep putting them in there.
Awesome job.
All right, so we're going to talk to these guys in a little bit about what they're up to. But we're going to play our first geeky improv game of the night. This is one of my personal favorites. It is called Universal Translator. The way this works is two people will speak in a fictional language, so think Ewok, Mateys, Klingon, that kind of stuff. And then two other people are going to translate into English. So what we need from you in the chat right now is we need suggestions for scenes. Let me tell you. So Craig here, Craig is in the Green Lantern shirt for people who are viewing. Craig is going to play Worf. He's going to speak Klingon, okay? And then Chris is just going to be a cow. And he's going to speak in cow language, I guess.
I don't know. You sprung this on us all of a sudden. I don't know if we can handle this.
Yeah, right. We definitely did not talk about this beforehand.
No, completely flat-footed.
So
this is a test of your skills.
So in the chat, folks, we need a scene. Right. What are Worf and the cow? Does the cow have a name? Chris?
I'll be playing as Snoopy Von Bell.
Snoopy Von Bell? Is that what you said?
Snoopy Von Bell.
Okay.
It's in a game they just hit on Kickstarter.
Oh, wow, geez. That must be an awesome game. We're gonna hear about that in a little bit. All right, so what are Worf and the cow? What are Worf and the cow doing, folks? We need scene suggestions in the chat,
Come on, give us something good. I mean, we're pretty advanced. So, something pretty advanced.
Rachel says speed dating scene, but there's only two of them. But maybe they're the only two in the room, and they just keep dating them, do the same themselves.
Because it's a sentient cow.
Wait, hang on. Don't do it yet.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, hang on. I'm sorry. We jumped the gun a little bit. I'm gonna read some suggestions, and then we will choose one.
Yeah, read them out. Victor has one.
I'm glad you were so into it, though. That was fantastic. I appreciate that. So yes, Rachel says speed dating. Victor says Worf wants an upgrade to first class on an airline flight for free. Okay, maybe the cow's the airline attendant. I don't know.
Yes, Sentient Cow Airline attendant. I like it.
There you go. Lightfoot in 1678. Hey, that's your buddy, right?
Yep.
Says Worf has gone vegan, and the cow is trying to get Worf to eat him. Oh God.
It's like one of those weird fetish things. Oh. Well, this got dark fast.
Yeah,
I thought we had a little more time before it went to this level.
Hey, that's your friend. It's all your fault. So, Tammy just says cows are dangerous. Okay.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys do? You want to do the? Oh, Tammy also said the warrior culture of bovine history. All right, there we go. I like that. All right. So what do you guys think? These are both very dark. Worf is going vegan, and the cow is trying to get Worf to eat him, or that? What was the other one? Oh, Worf wants an upgrade on the airline.
I love the airline one personally, but
what do you guys think?
I'll defer.
Do you guys have any preference?
Oh man, I am literally torn between the two. Those are just I can feel
Craig and Chris,
the dark part of me really, really, really wants to try and translate the Worf going vegan, but at the same time, I want to see the airline thing play out. So I don't know.
Craig, Chris, any suggestions? What do you want, vegan or airline?
I'm intrigued by several of them. What do you think, Snippy Von Bell?
I don't know. They're both great.
Since Lisa and Brian have to translate, it's really more their call, I suppose.
Let's go for the he's trying to eat him. That's pretty amazing. You want to go for the?
Well, you're yeah, sure.
Here we go. Lisa, I'll let you make the call. Do you want to do the airline one?
Yes, I do.
All right, so Lisa, I let Lisa make the call. So she's saying airline.
Airline?
You're all overruled.
Yeah.
Sit down. You're overruled.
Luckily,
We had our chance.
That's right. Objection overruled. Continue.
We've already made our decision, but I'll share this one because I like it too. Victor also says the cow is mad about Worf parking his bird of prey in her pasture.
That's awesome too.
Catnip Ninja has a good suggestion. Why not Vegan Airline? Okay, how about this? We're going to do the airline one. Worf is trying to get an upgrade on the airline to a free ticket. And if you want to work in the vegan, somehow please feel free as well into this conversation.
So we're combining all the things.
Yeah. If you would so desire, you don't have to, but it's up to Brian and Lisa.
Well, Brian and I are the translators, so this could go whichever way.
Yeah,
Brian
you
and
guys
I
are just
choose.
making sounds. It doesn't really matter what you do. All right, here we go, folks. So Craig is playing Worf. Chris is the cow. Lisa's yes.
Yeah, who's translating for who?
motivation?
Right?
What's
One of us,
motivation?
Brian, is going to translate for one, and I'm going to translate for one,
So
right?
here's what's going to happen. Craig is going to
Okay.
start and say something in Klingon. Brian will translate right away. So
Okay.
Chris, wait for the translation to finish, then do your cow. Then Lisa will
Got it.
translate the cow. Then we go back to Craig, and we keep going back and forth like that. All right.
Just want to make sure we're on the same
Yes,
page.
thank you.
Perfect.
I will stop us at an appropriate point, or until it gets too crazy.
Please do.
All right. Necrotius also says, yes, Catnip, I was going to say a vegan airline. Oh, that could be it. You work for a vegan airline. Maybe that's it. I don't know. All right, here we go. All right, everybody ready? Here we go, folks. Craig, you can start us off.
Don't rock! Don't just stop!
Do you see that I have requested a vegan meal?
Moo 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 moo.
Well, good morning to you, too.
Don't rocky! Don't step! Risha! Don't back!
It is not a good morning when a plate of red meat, such as yourself. Sorry, I can't even read my ticket.
Moo 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 moo.
Sir, I think this really has just been an unfortunate misunderstanding.
Duff! Rocky! Don't shit! Ratagasha!
I demand that you give me an upgrade to first class immediately and for free.
Moo 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 moo.
Sir, step away from the podium and understand if I had a seat to give you, I still wouldn't.
Oh.
Duff! Rock! Rika! Roko! Jaka! You Krumpak!
Sorry.
Moo, 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 moo,
Wait,
moo,
Brian, Brian, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
We need translation.
moo, moo, moo.
Oh my gosh. See if I will ever fly on this airline ever again.
Moo 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 moo.
These are all the fucks I give.
All right, and we'll end it right there. What a great line to end on. All right.
Good job.
Perfect scene.
Yeah.
And scene.
Excellent,
Oh my
excellent
God.
job, everybody.
The Klingon had me crying. It was
I was
the
dying.
best, Greg.
I was
I was
dying.
dying. You guys were so funny.
Brian, awesome. I love
Brian,
I
great
love the like a
translation.
red meat such as yourself. That was great.
That was hilarious.
Let me share some chats that were going on while you guys were doing that. Rachel says, "Did he just say Dothraki?" Yes. I love that you kept saying the language in Game of Thrones as your Klingon word every single time.
I try to make everybody happy.
Perfect.
Carrie says, "Does Worf kiss his mother with that filthy Klingon mouth?" Yeah, probably.
Yeah. She raised him that way.
Listener's mate said, "I think the cow just told Worf that he could wear his moo-moo." Maybe. Tammy says, "Worf might survive Game of Thrones." Yes, I think he might.
Dothraki
I think he would sit on the throne.
Catnip Ninja says, "If a cow pissed in Worf cereal, would it be that different from a normal breakfast for him?"
Probably not.
It's funny.
Victor says, "Your last line, Lisa, was amazing. That's what the last ticket clerk he went to told him as well."
I am all out of moves to give.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Amazing job, everybody. That was awesome. Thanks very much. Thank you. Folks, all right. Before we got some more games coming up, we're going to do Tangent Tales, where Lisa's prepared a fun story for us, and then we're going to continue it in some strange, crazy ways. We're going to do our second Geek Tweet, which we're going to talk about pirates, so stick around for that. And but right now, let's talk to our guest. Let's see what they're up to. Let's start with Brian from SafeHaven Games. Brian, you want to tell people what you guys do over there? Got some of the cool games you got?
Yeah, well, we make games. So, I mean...
You make games?
That's why we're on.
Me, Ryan, me make game.
No, we have several games that we've released over the last 3 years, but we actually are excited to so we just recently launched our newest one called Web Spinners.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm really most excited about it because it's our first real board game. All the other ones are very card heavy and easier to produce, honestly. But this is our first real board game with pieces and dice, and it looks great. It looks fantastic.
I was going to say, it's beautiful. The board is so beautiful. I played it at WonderCon, and it's my new favorite game, and I have to look at that. I love it. I need to have it in my hands.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very excited about it, and we got to demo it this last weekend at WonderCon, and the response was overwhelming. And so just continuing development on other things, and that's what I'm here to do.
Congrats, man.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
Oh,
Sorry, I was muted. I apologize. That's awesome. I put up the link a little while ago, but can you tell people where they can check out all your cool stuff?
SafeHaven-Games.com is my website, and everything that is currently available, continuing development on other things, is for sale there. Most things are being put on Amazon as we speak. Hopefully in the next day or two, they'll all be there.
Great,
Amazon's,
that's awesome.
So
yeah,
cool.
Amazon's anti-fraud thing is a little difficult to work out, especially as a small company. They don't want anyone taking my games and trying to sell them, undercut me, and not be able to provide, which is a great thing. I love it, but it takes a little bit of time to go from for sale to on Amazon for sale. So
What's your game sell for?
that one goes for $45.
Okay.
Not bad at all.
Nice.
It says, yeah, keep it going. As new designers, do whatever you have to do. Keep it going. Keep the faith.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
Absolutely. In the chat, let's see here. Listener's Mate said, pretty box, and Acrody says, I must have the precious. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Sweet. All right. There you go. Excellent. We also have, so what Craig and Chris and Donna, why don't you guys tell your big news you just found out a little while ago, actually? Yes. What happened?
We just, we're on Kickstarter Live right now for our first game. It's Secret Unknown Stuff, Escape from Dulce, and we just found out a couple hours ago that we hit our funding goal, and...
yeah! Congratulations.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Yeah, thank you. This has been a 2-year journey to get to this, and we're just so excited, and we're so ecstatic about the support we've been getting. And
God, man, we've put the past 2 years, we put every day into this game. And when you start a new game on Kickstarter, as you know, you never know what's going to happen. So it's such a feeling of accomplishment that we hit this goal today.
Yeah.
You know, and we've had a lot of help along the way. You know, we put a lot of our lives into this game, but it's such a good feeling, you know. And tonight we can share this with you guys is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're so happy for you, and so happy that you're here and that you can share that news with us here on Super Geeked Up.
It means so much.
It's awesome.
In the chat, Tammy, Necrotis, and others are telling you congrats. There you go. Thank you guys. The Catnip says the cow and bull on the box. Yeah, I showed a picture of the thing.
This is the box cow. Yeah.
Can you tell people what the game, a little bit about the game?
Escape from Dulce is the first in a planned trilogy of games. They're all collaborative sci-fi dungeon crawlers for 1 to 5 players. So Escape from Dulce, you play as one of 8 characters that have all been imprisoned in the bottom of an alien-controlled base. Dulce base is kind of like a lesser-known Area 51. And you can play as like a 500-year-old samurai. You can play as Amelia Earhart.
That's what happened to Amelia. She got abducted by aliens.
Yeah. You can play as a 2-headed cow that can strap machine guns on its back. I mean, we've got a lot of humor mixed in with the game, a lot of pop culture references. You know, one of the things in development that we try to do was we felt there are a lot of games right now that are very like overly serious and very dark, and we wanted to do something that was different. Something that, you know, like makes people laugh and giggle a little bit and be like, that was a really bad joke, but it was kind of funny, you know. So.
As far as dungeon crawlers, we tried to take out everything that was bad about a dungeon crawler genre game and amp up everything that's good about it. Mm-hmm. So replayability, plenty of loot cards,
no downtime,
plenty of encounters, weird characters, customization. So, you know, like you go back to Dungeons and Dragons. You know, when you build a character in a role-playing game, you really care about that character.
You're invested.
In that character. Mm-hmm. We found that many board games that claim to be RPGs on a board, the characters are boring. So what we did is we made every character very interesting and very customizable uniquely to their own character. So when you play our game, you know, you get that true feeling of an RPG on a board. So that's what we're shooting for. We're big D&D fans. We love video games. We're big Fallout fans, Dark Souls fans. You know, all those things. You know, so we took everything we loved. It was like if we could imagine the perfect board game, what would it be? And this is it. And we hoped everybody else would think the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's where we are right now.
We grabbed a little bit of everything we loved and squished it all together into this weird.
A lot of playtesting.
Oh my God! We've been to 12 cons last year, 4 cons this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So we made our minds. This is gonna happen. I don't care what we got to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but and you never know how people are gonna take what you put out there. But you can make the best thing that interests you, and you hope that people like it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like that's happening, and here we are.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking to you good people, and hopefully this keeps on moving forward.
Yeah, and the gaming community has been great. We get to meet new designers and new people that are pushing, you know, like geek culture, like you guys. Every day, and it's awesome. Like, it's a very positive community, and we're very proud to be a part of it.
And the thing is, too, is like, let's get back to the culture of Kickstarter where people help each other and people care about other game developers. And it's not just huge corporations coming into Kickstarter and with this cold kind of like vibe and like not helping out the other community. It's like Kickstarter should be about new game devs, new publishers, and supporting each other. So let's all do that. Let's get together and let's help each other and let's launch new things. And let's not just make another copy of another game or what's popular. Let's support people to do things unique.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. Well said.
Yeah. I think that's great.
In the chat, Rachel says it sounds very exciting. She also says she's digging the Green Lantern shirt, Craig.
This is very, yeah. So, Sheldon from Big Bang Theory, right? That's what, you know.
Listener's Mate says, I found that in most RPGs, all the characters are very predictable, even if they are randomized. It's great to hear that you're going away from that. Go, great.
Cool.
Awesome.
Victor says the Dulce base legend is a very dark tale on the Paranormal Podcast. Maybe you guys know more about that.
It is. It is.
Which is, I think, when we tried to take it in the very much the tabloid Weekly World News campy vibe because it's dark, but there's a lot in there that
Well, you take Star Wars. There's dark things in Star Wars. There's dark things in everything. A true genre-filled game or movie or whatever has a balance of both. There's humor and there's we decided to go to the light side, but there are dark things in the game. You have to go become enemies. You have to fight. These are all dark things. But yet, at the same time, a game should be fun. It's entertainment. So let's have fun. Games should be fun, right?
It's the best.
When you play, except Monopoly, where you flip the table over and Exactly. So.
Hey, Catnip and Ninja says, I got a jet. I'll try to send people this way and send links to those games and share them around. You all have a great night. Hey, awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Catnip.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us.
So let me put this link up again. But guys, people can still go there and still pledge to you and get the game, right, on your Kickstarter?
Absolutely. Our campaign's running for another 3 days. And then after that, we're still going to be open for a number of weeks for pre-orders. So if you want to still get it in, there's definitely a big window left.
Well, it's time to unlock stretch goals.
Yeah.
Now. So we're in the stretch goal territory.
Yeah. So please come find us on Kickstarter. Secret Unknown Stuff. Escape from Dulce.
Cool.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And we have a trilogy plan. So we approach. I'm a screenwriter originally and an actor. So we approach this game like a movie. So, Secret Unknown Stuff is the equivalent of like Star Wars, New Hope, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. So our heading is Secret Unknown Stuff. So the first one was Escape from Dulce. So the characters escape from an alien base. The second in the trilogy is called Secret Unknown Stuff, the Hollow Moon. So you go to the moon, the Hollow Moon, to blow it up. Of course, to stop an alien invasion.
Nice.
So from there, you can bring the same characters on board to the next one, and there'll be a whole new cast of characters. So the third in the trilogy is called Secret Unknown Stuff, Lost in Time. Because you really...
Nice.
That sounds so cool.
You realize that blowing up the moon was kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Bad idea.
You have to go back in time to stop yourselves from blowing up the moon. So all these are self-contained games. All of these are self-contained games. But yet, if you have all the games, you can combine them for a fourth game and play on all.
What?
That's amazing.
We got
Mind
super
blown.
crazy stuff planned.
We're trying to change how games are thought of and board games are thought of. Dungeon crawlers are great. Let's make something new. We decided early on, if we're going to do this, let's try to change the environment. Let's try to do something that hasn't been done. And you either fall flat on your face or you become the next thing. Yeah. And if you become the next thing, it's all good. But it's a roll of the dice, literally.
Sure.
And you know what I'm saying? But we just funded.
Yeah.
So there you go, man. People want new things.
Embrace the weird. Don't be afraid to push your new ideas.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to people. Because before we launched, people said quit. Second day we launched, people said quit. Mid-campaign, people said quit. And here we are. We did.
Here you are. You're
And we
funded.
Right.
And you know, it's funny that you're, I'm thinking just kind of about the effect on the gaming community generally. Is that when you're doing these new things, I mean, everybody that I talk to in this community loves to just play games and play different games. And you're out there kind of shining this light and saying, look, you can do new things and you can be successful and you can really make people interested in not only playing different things, but also being creative and really broadening their horizons for gaming. So I think it benefits everybody. It's awesome.
Absolutely. I think they might have froze right there, but I'm sure they would totally agree with what you just said.
They did. I must have known the freeze was coming. I just filled the silence with my voice.
I think they said, Lisa, you're a genius. We totally agree.
Oh, gosh, thank you. They totally said that.
In the chat, Victor says, the 3 games sound like a lot of fun. Yeah, they do. I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Particularly the time travel one. I love time travel. All right. Let's. All right. So I'm sure hopefully they'll hop back on in a second.
They'll be back.
So folks, so a lot of people just went and supported them over on Kickstarter. You can still do that as well. Please do. And don't forget to support Brian. He may not have a Kickstarter, but he has some cool games. They're already out. You can just go buy them. It's great.
And they're fantastic, by the way. I just want to plug, because I haven't played the Sentient Cow Games, but I have played Brian's games. And they've got a great game called Prove It that we love. We play it a lot.
Yes. We're back.
Hey,
Sorry.
they're back.
Yeah, sorry.
Web Spinners, their new one is great. And we also play a game that they have called Scoops, which is a really fun ice cream card building game. And it's because I will be honest, my job, I feel like I have to think a lot during the day. And when I play a game, I just don't want to think that hard. I don't want to have to magic up some strategery in my head, because I do enough of that during the day as an attorney. I just want to kick back with my Sauvignon Blanc and just have a fun time. And so I just love games where I just don't have to think too hard about it. A little bit's okay, but not too hard.
Nice. In the chat, Mark Pyle, who's actually my co-host on our DC Action Hour show, he said it was so profound they froze in time. That's what happened to Craig and Chris. All right, cool. All right, great. There you go, guys. We'll give out those links again at the end of the show. But congrats again on the successful Kickstarter.
Yeah, congratulations. We're so happy for you, and I'm really happy that you get to be with us, telling us all this great news.
That was great. That was great timing.
We're super happy to be here with you guys.
We're the lucky ones. We're the lucky ones.
Thank you.
Hey.
All right, so folks, if you would let me share this. This is our own little thing we use to raise some money. We have a Patreon page. It's on your screen right now, patreon.com/supergeekedup. If you would like to support our geeky shenanigans, help us keep doing this show and have cool guests on. Any amount is always super helpful. Actually, we just had a brand new Patreon supporter this week. It's Johnny Pappas. Thank you, Johnny. Really appreciate it.
Yay, Johnny!
Thank you. Support. And everybody, I know listeners who's in the chat right now is one of our supporters. Actually, so is
I'm a supporter.
So is Lisa. I was about to say you. Lisa is too. Thank you, Lisa. You rock.
I love it. We got to keep this going.
All right, so there's that. Before we go on to some other geeky stuff, let's talk. Oh, here, I was going to say this before I forget. So a week from this Friday, folks, in my hometown, which is Albany, New York, there's a new con called Empire State Comic Con. It's run by the guys who do Rhode Island Comic Con, and one's in Connecticut and Colorado. They do a couple different things. They're doing a brand new con here, and I'm actually getting to do Super Geeked Up live on the opening night as a panel. So if you like the geeky stuff we do and you're in that area, please come. It's even more fun when we get to do it on stage. We bring all the audience volunteers up to play the geeky
I
games
want
with
to
us.
be with you.
I know, opposite coast, it's rough.
I know, it's so hard. Why must countries keep us apart, Jeff?
One day we'll have a cow gen, and we will.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, sounds great. All right, sorry. So please, folks, come out to that. It's April 6th through the 8th. I'll be there the whole time, actually, with the table. I may be also hosting some panels for them outside of Super Geeked Up. So please swing by. Love to see you there. I always love meeting people at cons. But now let's share WonderCon. Speaking of cons, WonderCon, put on by the great people who do San Diego Comic Con, was last weekend. Actually, all these people are here, I think, who are on the show right now.
That's great.
Yeah. So Lisa though had some awesome cosplay going on. And you want to talk about that a little bit? And I'll share the pics here as you talk about it.
Yeah, sure. So WonderCon, I debuted 2 new cosplays. The first was She-Hulk, which Anthony, Lister's mate, had kind of originally gave me that idea when I was co-hosting the show. And I thought, that's really interesting. I think I'm going to run with that. And it was the first time I had ever actually done sort of that cosplay makeup. And I just had to do a lot of research because I didn't want it to come out. I tried different makeups, different applications. I didn't want it to come off. I wanted it to look really good. And so I finally found the right thing. The secret, my friends, is a natural sea sponge. Okay, and it put on the color so great. I did have a costume mishap. I was supposed to be in like a full business suit, but I got into the hotel and I realized the skirt was missing. It had like been on a different hanger and just like didn't make it into the suitcase. And I'm like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? And so I thought, well, I was going as lawyer She-Hulk, and I thought it's Friday, so I put on my jeans and just thought, well, it's casual Friday She-Hulk, okay? Jeans, sneakers, blazer, shirt, boom, done. So it actually ended up being a lot more comfortable because I could wear my sneakers, which was awesome. And
nice. By the way, in the chat, Angela said Lisa had awesome cosplays at WonderCon.
Oh, thank you, honey. I love you.
Says pretty smiley face. All right.
Thank you, Anthony. It wouldn't have happened without you. And then the second day on Saturday, I dressed up as Storm in kind of like that 90s TV show costume, which I love. And fun fact about that costume, my husband, Frank, was actually going to wear that in like a gender bend X-Men cosplay that we were planning.
Wow.
But I stole it because I liked it. And I was like, this is for me now, honey. I'm sorry. So I took it and I found some really cool contacts that were white all around the iris. And really gave that cool, like, I'm manipulating the weather look that Storm's eyes get. I could see a little bit. It had sort of this white mesh in front of the pupil. So it was kind of like walking around with a veil in front of my face all day. But one thing I did not anticipate was how completely freaked out a lot of people were. Like, people were just kind of looking at me, wondering if I could see them, And then I'd be like, I see you. And they're like, whoa! I'm like really intrigued by your eyes, but also simultaneously extremely afraid. And I'm like, don't be afraid, it's fine. So it was really fun. My white boots are currently hosed, so I'm on the lookout for another pair of white cosplay boots. It was a great con. So much amazing cosplay, just so like familial feeling. I met so many cool people, talked to so many cool people, and now I've connected with some of those people on Instagram. And it's so wonderful to just see how vibrant this community is.
We are some of those people.
Absolutely, yes. So like I was kind of like the cosplayers on one side, and that's actually how I met Craig at his table. Brian was there. We're like good con buds now, and sometimes we take our kiddos on play dates because he lives in the same area, which is awesome. But I got to meet Craig and hear all about their game. And as I left, I was thinking, well, gosh, I think that these guys would be great on Super Geeked Up. I think this would be such a fun kind of show to have. And luckily, Jeff was like, yeah, let's do it. And I was like, yay,
Jeff. In the chat, those are amazing costumes. Your cosplay is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
And I love how, like, in the past, you've told me, like, I think you consider yourself more as an amateur. I'm like, dude, you fucking, like, look like a total professional.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, I'm a perfectionist, so there's no way I could be going out streaky, fadey, whatever. No, it had to be. It had to be right.
The makeup was perfect. Yeah.
It had to be right. Thank you.
In the chat, Mark says She-Hulk is a great character. Can't wait until she finally appears in live action. I agree, Mark. I would love that. She doesn't get the respect she deserves.
Oh, that'd be
awesome. No respect.
Yeah, for sure.
Licious May says you can probably find a pair of white boots at Goodwill. Hey, maybe. You never know.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Let's see. So Victor says the same quote you put on your Facebook I saw.
That's right.
Lisa, what happens when a toad is zapped with lightning?
What happens to everything else?
Greatest line ever in X-Men. And by that I mean the worst.
It's cheesy bad. That's why I put it up.
Pierre Kelly says, what about Squirrel Girl? Yeah,
that's great.
Squirrel Girl will be fun.
She's powerful. character in the Marvel Universe, right? Hope she'll come in like Infinity War and just knock Thanos on his ass.
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. If she's the one who defeats him finally, oh my god, I would love it.
She just comes out, everyone's destitute.
It saves everybody.
She comes out and just punches Thanos out. Damn!
All right, Infinity War writers,
Part
please.
2. They're saving that for part 2.
Yeah, please do the reshoot right now to get that in there.
I fully support this.
Yeah. Necrody says, what about Jubilee? People are basically just telling you their favorite characters, that's what you should do now.
I like Jubilee.
I like Jubilee, actually. I did Jubilee. Johnny Pappas is joining us. Hello, Geeky Friends. Hey, Johnny, I just gave you a shout out earlier for being our newest Patreon supporter. I'm glad you are with us now live.
Johnny.
Yay, Johnny! Awesome.
Mark says, the Toad line was one of the worst lines Joss Whedon ever wrote. I'm sure it sounded funnier in his head. Wait a minute. Joss Whedon didn't write the first X-Men. That was Zach Penn.
What?
Zach Penn wrote the first X-Men, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, Marks, you're my co-host. You know superhero stuff. You should know that stuff.
Google.
Push up your nerd glasses. You got that right.
Unless he was unless Marks said he was a ghostwriter or something, but let's see. I don't think so. I mean, Zach Penn has written like a ton of those superhero stuff after that.
Yeah.
Cage's the best ghostwriter there, right?
I see what you did there.
All right. All right. Oh, wait. Actually, before we... Oh, Mark says he script doctored it. All right. I'm sorry, Marks. I did not know that.
I did not either.
Interesting.
Either.
Oh,
Mark says he took credit
for the line. Why would he? Jeez.
Well, then, hey, there's a malpractice suit coming up, brother.
All right. I'm sorry, Marcus. I should not have doubted your geeky knowledge, sir. So that's very interesting. Yeah, wow, that's a terrible line. I'm surprised Justin wrote that.
You would want to disavow that line. Yeah. Like, no, I never heard of that line. I didn't write it.
That was all Zach who did that. Yeah.
It wasn't me. Like, pull a Shaggy on him. It wasn't me. Wrote a bad line in X-Men. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
God. Took me a minute to get that reference. All right. Okay, so anyway, before we go on, actually, Lisa, you actually got featured on a pretty big site. Do you want to tell people what it was for your cosplay?
Oh, yeah! I was so excited. I felt like internet famous for 5 minutes. But comingsoon.net actually featured my Storm cosplay as the first, like, the landing page for their second WonderCon, cosplay album. So that was really, really exciting. It was funny because I had my daughter and she was sitting on my lap and I pulled up the picture and I'm like, who's that? She's like, Mommy. She was so excited.
Nice.
It was awesome.
That is awesome. And viewers, I just put up a picture. You can see what it looked like when she was on the homepage that she sent me. So there you go. Yeah, congrats. That's amazing. That was super cool.
Oh, thank you. It was a super fun con. It was great cosplay, and I have to say I got to plug a little something here for a minute. But I did the Jillian Michaels 30-day shred before WonderCon. And not being too extreme about it because that's not how I roll. But it was amazing in terms of just feeling stronger and feeling more in shape and not feeling as self-conscious. I think anybody who cosplays should just go out there and feel good, but it also just helped to sort of feel, strong in myself. And so I would definitely recommend it to anybody looking for a workout regimen because it's only 20 minutes a day. So if you don't have a lot of time, it's very high intensity and you will definitely see results. So yay, Jillian. She can be a little annoying on the DVD, but it gets the job done. So I would definitely recommend it.
Nice. That's awesome. Johnny in the chat says, congratulations. That's pretty cool about you on the front page there. So there you go.
Thank you, Johnny.
All right. Awesome. So, and actually, one more last thing about WonderCon. So I was going to go. Unfortunately, that did not happen. I wasn't able to make the trip. But
missed you a lot, by the way. I just want to tell you that.
I was actually thinking, too. I was like, God damn it, man. I really wanted to see Lisa in person.
I really wanted to hang out with you.
I get to see her in person. I got to see her in person.
All right. Thanks for running it in.
We totally hung out.
Yeah. All right. We'll do it in San Diego. It's fine.
We will. Oh, we're going to have so much fun in San Diego. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
But anyway, I did my Dungeons and Dragons panel that I submitted there. They still did it. My friends did it there, and they said it went great. They said that the room was like 95% full, like 250 plus people. So that was awesome, and it was a late time too. It was like 8:00. So that's great. So anybody who went to that, thank you very much for supporting that. We do it every year at San Diego too. So I'm glad to see so many people.
Is that the one that TJ was on?
Yeah, TJ was on it. TJ was on it. Yeah.
I just missed him. We like had to go that day, and I was gonna meet up with TJ. Okay, so everybody, TJ Storm, the martial artist, actor, motion capture actor.
He was on our second show of the season.
Awesome, awesome all around guy. Met him doing the show, and we were gonna meet up, and I was so excited, but like we had to leave, and so anyway, I was like, next time, TJ, next time.
Why'd you say it like a supervillain? Like you got all threatening?
Because it was like I was being the claw guy from.
You're Inspector Gadget. I get it now. I appreciate that. That's excellent.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
So, there you
Good.
go.
Very good. I like it. Cool. Yes. Yeah. So thank you guys for coming out to that, and I can't wait to do it at San Diego again. All right. So hey, let's continue on here. We got another geek tweet, and then we're going to do our last game of the night called Tangent Tales. All right, so this one I themed after Brian's. So Brian, SafeHaven Games, they make a game called Winds of Fortune, a game set on the high seas. High seas makes me think of pirates. So I want to know, as I just closed down my sting, I want to know, who's your favorite real life or fictional pirate? All right.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, you said? So Jack Sparrow?
No, Johnny Depp. Hey, you just gotta go up to Hollywood Boulevard and run into at least a half a dozen of them.
That's true. You do see a lot of Jack Sparrows usually at cons, right?
My favorite space pirate is Han Solo.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that is a space pirate. Sure, absolutely.
Yes.
I took it out of the box. I went
Scoundrel smuggler.
I love it. Yes,
Hondo
that's
Onaka.
right.
Hondo Onaka is the true space pirate there, and I think he beats out Han Solo in my book.
Oh, you took it on another level, man.
Yeah.
All right.
He went deeper. He went like way down in there. Mixed it around.
This is a podcast, though.
Well, Brian, do you have another choice, like a more traditional pirate, or is that your choice?
Like an actual sea pirate?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually a big fan of Captain Barbossa.
Ah, nice. Barbossa is very cool.
Yes.
Very
I'll
good.
go Bluebeard. Bluebeard the pirate is a real pirate. Okay? Not a fantasy pirate.
It could be real, sure.
Check out a real pirate.
A movie pirate.
Not a movie pirate.
So Lanier says, I don't know why I didn't think of this myself because I love this movie. Dread Pirate Wesley, so Dread Pirate Roberts. Amazing choice.
Love. Oh,
God,
yes.
Man.
So good. So good.
Oh, God, it's great.
Props.
Lisa?
When's the internet?
So my favorite real life pirate, who I actually just found out about like last year. She was a completely badass pirate in early 1800s China. Her name is Ching Shi, and she was just freaking amazing. She started out as a Chinese. She was a prostitute, and she was brought to this guy Cheng, who was this notorious pirate captain, and she married him, became his wife, and they, he had like a really big fleet already, and then with the two of them in charge, they just started kicking ass all over the place. He died, and then she took over, and she just built that up huge. Like there was no rape. If anybody raped a female prisoner, he was put to death. Like there was none of that.
That would be an amazing movie. The movie.
Yes,
hey.
I read this story and I'm like,
Yes.
I need this movie yesterday because this woman sounds amazing. And so eventually, after a couple years, the Chinese Navy was just like, we are over this and we're going to put a stop to this. And like, unlike other pirates that might, scuttle off to Tortuga or like wherever the hell to like lay low, she was like, nah, how about I just meet you head on? And and her pirate fleet took on the Navy and just kicked their asses, and it was amazing. She's amazing.
Quick, I'll be right back. But the Somalian pirate from the Tom Hanks movie.
That is fantastic.
Yes. She is a great choice, Lisa. I actually remember reading about her too in the last couple of years, and she probably has the largest pirate army of all time, just about.
Yes. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's amazing. She wreaked havoc all up and down China, the coastline. I mean, it was amazing. Completely.
Alex Martin says, just pop it in, but hey, hello, Alex. Thank you, sir. He's a good buddy of ours. Victor says Grace O'Malley, a real pirate in the 1530s. Yes, she was an Irish pirate. I've done a decent amount of research on pirates, particularly female pirates. So, I actually know.
Lady Pirate!
So my choice is also Lady Pirate, and she's actually both real and fictional. Well, because she was in Black Sails, which is, in my opinion, is the greatest pirate series ever made. So it's Anne Bonny. And Clara Paget plays her in the Black Sails, and she's just amazing. Her and Jack Rackham in that show are just spot on. I feel like how they would have been in real life. So check out Black Sails if you haven't. Let's see here. Well, we just lost. I was going to ask Chris's choice, but we just lost him.
Oh, yeah. There's a good one here in the chat. Lightfoot says, pretty sure Malcolm Reynolds was a pirate on the good ship Firefly. Aye, Lightfoot. You be right.
All right. Mark says Captain Hook from Once Upon a Time. Sure, yeah.
Yes. Yep. Thirst Trap. Oh, my God. He's so hot. I'm sorry.
Trap?
Who's this?
Wait.
Thirst Trap.
What the hell does Thirst Trap mean?
An extremely hot person. A trap for your thirst.
Is this a thing now that people are saying?
This is a thing that the kids are saying,
Oh, okay. That's why I don't.
Yeah, okay. Johnny Pappas says Sir Francis Drake. Yes, a privateer. And let's see. Alex Martin says LOL at Good Ship Firefly. Okay. Let's see here. And
Proteus.
Yeah, go ahead.
Captain Hook from Hook with Robin Williams.
Oh,
yeah.
Good form, Proteus.
Was that
good form?
Amazing.
Who is that? Gary Oldman? Oh, who played?
No, Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman.
Oh.
Mark says I learned some new slang that the kids are saying. Yep, there you go, Mark's Thirst Trap.
I'm always looking out for you guys.
Awesome.
All right. So anyway, Chris Sardana, do you have a favorite pirate, fictional or real?
Emmanuel Wynn and Bonnet. I'm forgetting his first name right now.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Stead Bonnet?
Yep.
Yeah. Chris,
those are their flags. I love their flags.
Chris, do you have a choice?
Oh, I'm sticking with my original answer, Johnny Depp, just because it's fun.
Johnny Depp. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Sorry. All right, cool. There we go.
I'm sober because I like his fish.
It's delicious. And delightfully breaded.
Oh, God, Pierre's making me laugh in the chat, you guys. More like Thirst Trap, Trebek.
I love it. Trebek? I just totally go over my head.
It's hilarious.
All right, keep sharing your pirate answers in the chat, folks, or you can put them on Twitter at Super Geeked Up. All right, let's hear. We got one last game to play. Lisa, what's that?
Yes, we do. This is Tangent Tales. So we are going to start with the beginning of we, meaning me, the royal we, are going to start at the beginning of a geeky story, and then I'm going to pass the story around with each person having to continue the story in whatever crazy way that they want. So I feel like this is very timely for some of the things we've been talking about today.
All right, we don't have to do it in Klingon?
No. You do it in English.
Yeah, in English, please. Not all of us speak Klingon here, right? So, our story opens a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's a day like any other as the Millennium Falcon sets down on Tatooine. Han Solo and his trusty sidekick Chewbacca have business to attend to with a notorious Jabba the Hutt. Jabba is not too happy that Han had to dump his precious cargo of Hutt-branded hot pants after being chased by an Imperial cruiser. Wondering how to approach the delicate conversation, they walk through the bustling market of aliens and humans alike, hawking their wares. Slowly, quietly, a shadow creeps over the buildings, large enough to cover both of the desert planet suns, and a deafening roar sounds. The marketplace scatters. Han has a very bad feeling about this and begins to look around when, bam! Someone runs right into him, knocking him to the ground. Chewie roars at the offender, a woman wearing black armor with a red and white stripe down the side. She apologizes and introduces herself as Commander Shepard, the Alliance Navy, and offers her arm to help him up. She points at the gigantic robot octopus thing in the sky and suggests to make a run for it, which Han thinks is a very good idea. As they run back to the spaceport, a huge beam of light emerges from what the commander has called a Reaper, right down into the bay where the Falcon was parked. Oh no, we lost the guys.
It's all right, we can do it.
Okay. And the ship explodes into a million pieces. Swearing his revenge, Han hoofs it with Chewie and the commander to the Normandy, untouched in another landing bay. She yells at her scruffy pilot, who frankly looks like a joker to Han, to get them out of there, and the ship jumps to light speed. But the calculations are wrong, and the ship goes through a black hole. When they finally emerge, bam! They collide with...
All right, so
Brian?
Okay, you're throwing to Brian.
Oh, to me?
Throwing it to Brian.
Okay, so quick recap, guys, just because we lost him for a second.
Yeah.
So basically, we got Han, Chewie, and Commander Shepard on the Falcon. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, no. So the Millennium Falcon was destroyed by the Reaper,
okay, yeah, that's
and so now they're all on the Normandy with Commander Shepard, and they just went through a black hole, and they have collided with.
Okay, now Brian, take it away.
Brian
collided with the TARDIS, which was actually on its way to go deal. The Doctor was going to go and talk to the Reapers to try and convince them to leave Tatooine alone because Tatooine is protected. So they crash into the TARDIS and they find this eccentric man. Unable to separate the two ships from one another, they have fused into a strange hybrid vessel that neither of them can control. So as they spiral down into an unknown land, they crash and find themselves scattered across this unfamiliar and unforgiving landscape, belonging to...
I say who you're going to throw it to. Just pick somebody.
Oh, say someone. I don't know.
Craig, Chris, me.
Yeah, I was going to say Chris.
Chris, take it away, Chris.
Oh, okay. So they crash into land
on a Discworld.
On the Discworld. They crash into the Discworld, which, if you're not aware what the Discworld is, it is a
sorry.
It's a giant flat planet that rests on the back of a turtle that swims through space, and they run into Commander Vimes, who is in charge of the City Watch, and he's concerned that they might be possibly smuggling swamp dragons in the TARDIS Normandy hybrid ship. And he asks to board, which leads to some misunderstandings. Swords and laser blasters and sonic screwdrivers are all drawn. And then that leads to... Craig?
So, as they try to figure out how to get off this Discworld, they come across a merchant who is selling a small stone of power. And they say this stone can power your ship to get you off the Discworld. And they buy this stone for whatever money they have. But little they know, this is an infinity stone. Mm. One of many that can control the universe.
I've heard of these.
You've heard of these, right? So the minions of a great evil lord are looking for this stone. So before they know it, the sky grows dark as a huge ship enters the atmosphere of Discworld. And as they sit and try to figure out what's going on, three beings beam down beside them, and they demand the fucking stone, right? So they're like, what can we do? So they try to barter with this guy. So they say, we'll give you forbidden knowledge of how to acquire the stones you don't have if you allow us to leave, and we'll give you the stone we do have if you allow us to leave the Discworld. So they don't accept that. So they kill every member of the ship except for one. And so this one person is cunning enough to convince them that he knows where the stone is. And the stone is hidden on a planet far, far away in the galaxy, far, far away, inside a temple, the first temple. And they call it the Jedi Temple. It is the first temple of every Jedi that's ever been. And this and the hidden knowledge of how to be a Jedi is there. So they convinced him to go to this other planet to find the knowledge to be able to find the other stones that would help him conquer the universe. And after that, it goes to...
I'll take it. I guess. All right. I guess I'm the only one left. Yeah. I was actually so intrigued by where you were going there. I was just like, what's happening? Jedi Temple. All right. So they're on the way to the Jedi Temple, right? That's where you left off?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So, so they reach the Jedi Temple after traveling through light speed for many hours. And when they get there, yes, it's very ominous looking, but they make their way through all these crazy traps, right? And they get into this room where there's this very barely illuminated, like this shaft of light is illuminating something.
You said shaft.
Yeah, all right. And they slowly walk up to the shaft of the light, and hoping they're going to get all the knowledge of the Jedi, and they discover instead hot pants. It's the hot pants that were stolen from Han and Chewie. And they're like, oh my God, this is where our hot pants were. We did not know this was the secret to becoming a Jedi. And they all become Jedi when they put on the hot pants, and the end.
And their butts look great.
Yeah.
It really accentuates the
We somehow managed to combine Star Wars with Terry Pratchett and in Marvel Infinity War. We did that.
And Doctor Who.
We all did that.
And hot pants.
In hot pants. We all did that.
Yeah.
My only regret is we didn't work Firefly in there.
I thought about Firefly. I thought about it would be too much.
Nathan Fillion's birthday.
I thought the Porgs were gonna defeat Thanos.
I was going to bring in Star Trek, but when he went to the Jedi Temple thing, I was...
You're like there for
I'll
it.
go there. Yeah, I'll go there.
I love it.
Cool. That was awesome, guys. Yeah, that was a great bringing geeky stuff. I brought back the hot pants for you there, Lisa, from your beginning.
I really love that. Wait, so did you catch actually where that hot pants reference is from? The cargo of the hot pants?
No. What?
No.
Okay, so that's actually it's a really funny Simpsons episode. And so the captain, the peg leg captain, right? He's like, we must make sail to deliver our precious cargo. And it's like the pimply kid. The hot pants, sir. Aye, the hot pants.
So let me get this straight. We started with pirates. We went to Star Wars to Terry Pratchett.
Simpsons.
No, we went to Terry Pratchett. We went to Marvel.
No.
We came back to Simpsons and to pirates. The full circle. You did that?
Yeah, amazing.
We did that.
Tonight, my friend.
We did. We are a team here. It's a team effort.
You won.
Lisa wins the internet tonight.
Thank you.
That's Chris
Thank
Hardwick.
you very much. It was really my pleasure.
Catnip Ninja says, I've returned. Links have been shared. And I think I missed the first half of quite an interesting story. Yes, you did. You can always go back and watch it again. It's a very interesting story. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. That was quite a tale. All right, so there we go. Before we get on out of here, and thank you, Lisa, for opening that for us.
Oh, you're welcome. Can I just say, I was really nervous about coming up with like a good story that was going to be like a good jumping off point, and I was really anxious. I was at work, and I'm like, what am I going to do? I just want Jeff to be proud of me and all of his like followers and fans. Like, don't laugh me and be like, get her off the show. She sucks. Her story sucks. Just saying, I was really like, I wanted to do my best for you guys. I really did.
Oh, well, that's very nice. Well, you know that would never happen. We have the most amazing supporters ever.
It's true. It's true. I think even if you... Oh, thank you.
I didn't know you were going to write a novella, but I'm very proud of you still.
Then I was afraid it was too long. But you had said you had done longer ones. I'm like, well, I'm going to do a longer one. That's
I'm just teasing you. Yeah. All right. Victor says, you folks are a team of gods. Oh, wow. Look at that. That's nice.
Victor.
Team of gods?
Welcome to Valhalla, bitches.
The champions, all of us.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good.
I wish you could all be here and
right.
do that.
Yeah.
And listeners' mate is quoting lines from the Shaft, John Shaft. There, yeah.
Shaft.
All right. So before getting out of here, let's once again give links. So Brian, where can people check out all your cool games?
SafeHaven-games.com or SafeHaven Games on Facebook.
Yes. And Instagram. He's on Instagram too.
And Instagram, yes.
All right, sweet. Please check that out, folks. And then Craig and Chris and Donna, where can they check out all your cool stuff?
You can go to Kickstarter and look up Secret Unknown Stuff, Escape from Dulce. That'll pop right up. We have a Facebook page, Sentient Cow Games, or Sentient Cow Games, however you want to pronounce it. And we're on Instagram. Somebody's cell phone's ringing right now. And
Facebook.
We're on Twitter.
Throw it out the window.
So Google Sentient Cow Games, and you will find us. I promise.
All right, sweet. Lisa, where can they follow you online?
I am at Social Cosplay on both Instagram and on Twitter.
Sweet. Cool. Awesome. Follow her. Folks, we are, of course, over at Super Geeked Up on most of the socials. You can also go to supergeekedup.com. We would love it if you haven't yet. Please give us a subscribe here on YouTube, which is the channel you're watching right this very minute. And follow us, Super Geeked Up on Twitter. If you're watching in post, please tweet us there. Tell us what you thought of the show or put a comment on YouTube. We love hearing from you. And, of course, you can go to patreon.com/supergeekedup. We would love your support. Any amount, even if it's $1, helps a lot. Yes, Craig?
It does.
Can I say, we've done many podcasts. This has been the most fun we've ever had.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Without a doubt.
We had a blast.
Hey.
With you guys, let's do it again. This has been amazing. I love it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate hearing that.
Oh,
awesome.
that's
Thank you so much.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Thank you, all of you. Craig,
thank you very much for having us,
Brian,
Paul.
thank you for being an awesome guest and for doing those great languages and translations, all that cool stuff. That was great. It was great fun. All right, folks. So please support all our guests. Check out their games. We love that. Follow Lisa. We will see you. So we actually have 3 more episodes in this season of Super Geeked Up. So we'll be back next Wednesday night. Again, if you're in Albany, New York area, you have New York. That was redundant, but you can come swing by. See me doing Super Geeked Up live on stage April 6th, and the HoCon is April 6th to the 8th at the Albany City Center. And we'd love to see you there. And
I'll be with you in spirit, Jeff.
Yes, I'll put a picture of you up on stage.
I'll be with you in spirit, baby.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Oh, wow. Now we actually lost Brian. That was weird. For the
no.
All right. So, yes, please, next week, folks, we will see you 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific next Wednesday night. We hope you can join us. Until then, stay geeky, everybody. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.